Well, good morning, guys. It's Monday. Yay! Looking forward to another eventful week here on my blog. I've come up with a few ideas. That truck thing I did on a spur. That kid who asked to see it. I can't remember the guy's name. I'm sorry. I can't remember your name, but he said it was really cool that I showed him that. So every couple of days, maybe once a week, I'll pull out a mod that's a little off the wall and make a video of it. I may even do the stinker cup, which I have on my computer as a joke. Seriously, I do. Don't ask why, I just do. It was a joke for the stepson. I asked him if he wanted to race toilets. He said, yeah, I want to race toilets. He thought I was kidding. I pulled up the mod and there's a toilet. Oh, the other thing that I forgot to talk about yesterday, that I said I couldn't remember what I was talking about. Ever notice though, every time the thing freezes or does the screen capture, I'm always touching my face. It's like I'm picking my nose. So people always think I'm picking my nose. No, if you actually watch my video, I'm not picking my nose. It's a nervous habit. I scratch my face. I scratch my beard. I pull my chin hair. Getting back to what I was saying. Don't bite off more than you can chew. It is something I should live by. The desire to paint came and went fast. I know I volunteered to paint a Dream Machine Toyota GTP car. I have it about half finished. I like the old style one where they had the clouds. They can't see your hand, honey. The old style one where they had the clouds at the bottom. I had to make the clouds myself because you can't find those anymore. I think Mayo Design had those. I made my own, and they look pretty sweet actually. I have those on the car, and I'm just aligning them so they look good. That's about all I got. And the desire just went out. So I'll try to finish that up this week. I'm going to try, and I also laid down the base for the Victoria's Secret modifieds that we were doing, and that's about all I've done. I wanted to do the Halo with that too, and probably do a Dream Machine with that too. They're not hard. It's just I have to have the desire to do it, and I'd rather race than anything else. I'd rather drive because the new wheel settings that I had put in a post that somebody put out really emphasize. Even in NR2K, you can really feel the car getting loose. You can feel the tight. You really feel where it's getting tight, where it's getting loose. It's after 15 years of doing this, it's an eye-opening experience and learning how to drive, and I'm actually getting faster. It's just not the same old, oh, there I am running the same time lapse every time. No, I'm actually figuring out where the car is doing what it's doing, and the throttle play, even though the throttles don't have feedback. I don't know, do they make a set of wheels with throttles that have force feedback instead of just a spring? Because the springs are starting to wear out too, which is, after, I think these are 10 years old. I hate to have the springs wear out and have to replace those because the last time I did that, it was never quite the same. And have to buy a $250 wheel and not have something that I think I should have. Some kind of feedback in the pedal, at least the pedal pad, what it sits on, have some kind of feedback on that. Though I would like to have a wheel that has the LED lights on it, across the top for the RPMs, so I don't have to keep looking at the screen. It's right there because I can actually see that. That would be cool. I know they have that, but it doesn't work with some of the mods. I'd like to have it work on that. That'd be cool as shit. Yeah, I'm behind the times when it comes to that. All my shit's old. But we won't go here or there because I always put myself last. Stuff I want, Everybody else gets what they want and need, and then I get my stuff last. That's why I'm still got a 10-year-old wheel. I just got that computer, Windows 10 last year. I've been working with that old, slow XP machine forever. How long has XP been out? I don't even think, I think it's been like 3 or 4 years since they stopped supporting it, and I still used it. Allergies again, pardon me. And I see we have Hornets today for hot laps. And I'm the only one who's done every hot lap, because guess what, guys? I did do that IndyCar at Sonoma. If that track had grip on it, it would have been fun. I would have had a blast, but every time you go a little bit outside the line to pass somebody, because that's the only way you're going to pass them, is to go a little bit outside the line to get around them. And the only place you could do that is on the back straight, which the sim thought was the front straight. So that just tells you how badly designed this track was. You had to get around them. You got to drive around them, so you got to get off the main line. You got to get off the preferred line, and it was just like driving on sand. It was, the car would just whoop, right out from under you. And it's like hit the restart button, because there was one point I was all the way up to third and trying to get the second, and the car spun out, and it was the last lap, and everybody was just blasting by me because I got stuck, and I got mad. Didn't I get one night? What was I yelling last night?
Oh, no, but you're right.
What was I yelling? Goddamn trash got no grip. Wasn't that what I was yelling? Some shit like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was pissed. I was pissed. Just a little bit of grip offline would have been perfect. I mean, the only place the track had grip was where the green, the preferred driving line was, and it was barely there. So you had to stick there. So if you wanted to move if you wanted to get anywhere, you had to move them. Well, it's supposed to be Indy cars. It's not, stock cars. You're not supposed to move people out of your way in Indy cars, because technically, if you touch them, parts come flying off. Of course, I had it on no damage just for that fact, because when I did the first test run, that was the only way you could get them to get out of your way, was to move them. And I only moved 2 of them. Once to get the 6th and once to get the 4th or 3rd. And that's where I finished in 3rd at 80%, which is sad, because I should have been able to do 85 to 95. But with the lack of grip, you really had to tiptoe around the track, and that was just sad. That really was. High Bank, please, for the love of God, if we're going to do any more of these green-white checker things, test the track. It sounded cool, and it should have been cool. It really should have been. But test the track. Make sure it's got some offline grip, because that was terrible. And if you noticed, I was the only one who did it, and Tank Driver said, good effort. Well, I don't see his ass trying to do it either, so sorry, kid. Do it. You'll learn how hard it is when the track has no grip. But then again, you probably run with all the A's. No, I'm being a dick. Yeah, anyway, that's about all I think I have to talk about today. Other than the fact that spring is in the air, I have a lot of outside work to do. I started some of it yesterday, and that's another reason why I'm all congested and phlegmy and full of crap, because of being outside for a couple hours yesterday, trying to get the weeds under control, the old weeds pulled out, starting to burn. Oh, our neighbor almost burnt down their own house, burning. That's the thing about living in the country. You can burn your stuff instead of putting it out on the sidewalk like you do in the big cities. We can burn our stuff in our yards. Well, this idiot damn near burnt down his house. Yeah. That was quite comical. And I did bum a cigarette yesterday. I was having a bad nicotine fit day. I couldn't handle it, and I bummed a cigarette from a neighbor. The neighbor I helped.
God help me, pussy.
That's how, yeah. She's calling me a pussy because I had to have a cigarette. I had 1 cigarette in 3 weeks because the nicotine was getting, the withdrawals are just so bad.
He'll never quit.
I'm quitting. Jesus, you hear what I gotta put up with? She has no faith in me.
No faith.
No faith.
Never quit.
Never quit. Just for that, I'm going to start smoking cigars. Big smelly ones.
You won't smoke in here.
Yes, I will.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. Big,
I'll
fat,
change the locks on the door.
big, fat, smelly ones. Big, fat ones.
I'll change the locks on the door.
She doesn't know I know how to get in this house without a key. Anyway, that's about it. I'm gonna go looking through my folders, see what kind of funky R Factor mods. I know I have go-karts. It's not funky, but it's the single speed. It's not the super go-karts that go 200 miles an hour. So it's the ones that go about 110, 120. But they are fun to drive. It's like the normal ones. I have the sticker cup. I have the Wee Wee mod. And I have a video posted up that I did a long time ago that I said this is what I feel like on the track. And seriously, that's what I feel like when I'm on a track. How I feel like I'm driving and what I look like. And I'm surprised that it didn't get more reaction than what it did. Go take a look at that. That's funny as hell. I've got a lot of normal cars. That's my thing. I have some street cars, but most of my stuff is race cars. I'll just have to go look around and see what kind of... I remember there was a soapbox derby, and I remember there was a boat mod, speedboat mod, and I remember quads and snowmobiles. I just hope tracks come with those, because the lawnmower mod, which I do have that too, I don't remember what the track for that was called, so trying to remember what the track is called. And the original site that put the lawnmower mod out does not have a link for the track. So, yeah, it's going to be fun trying to figure out which kind of track to run with. Running those, that was an FMS track that I ran, the Loudon track I ran the trucks on. FMS tracks were originally... what was the guy's name? I can't remember the guy's name. But he handed all that stuff over to FMS for us to do, the mod and the tracks for us to do with as we pleased. And about the only thing we did with the tracks, because he did a decent job with them, was rename them FMS. I think we, excuse me again, may have added a little grip to it or taken away some grip to them, and that's about it. So that's where I run that at. That was kind of fun. So if you go get the truck mod, if you want to run them on oval, I ran there's a restricted version and an unrestricted. I ran the unrestricted, figuring out the brake points to get through the corners without running it up into the wall and still hit 38 seconds. That's a little bit of a challenge. I did hit the wall quite a number of times going through the corners. It's fun. The next time, if I ever do another video with the truck, I will do it what they were purposely designed for, which was road course racing. And I meant what I said about Heat. It's an arcade game. I will never buy Heat. I will never download Heat. I will never have Heat on my system. Sorry, Heat guys. I think it's a piece of crap. It's like an EA Sports game. I own 2 EA Sports games. Well, see, I'll even prove it. See if I can dig deep enough in here. Yeah, I have that. I don't know if you can see that. That's the original on disc NASCAR racing. See, I don't put this stuff away. There's EA Sports NASCAR sim racing. Sucked. That was supposed to be the big replacement. Yeah, I got that too. Right? NASCAR 4. I don't see. Oh, there it is. I don't have the box for it anymore, but NASCAR Racing 2004. They sucked. They were terrible. 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 Okay, 15 minutes, probably too long to be talking, so I wish you guys a good day, and I'll probably do another one of these tomorrow. Again, Jack Nicklaus School of Hairstyling. What's a funny note to end on? I don't know. Smoke me a kipper, I'll be back for breakfast. See if you know what that means.